I'm at a point in my life now that nothing matters but my mental health. I sat in silence these past 2 weeks and I just thought to myself, I have a lot of potential, but potential is very, very scary. But I'm gonna turn that potential into greatness. And I am never going to let anyone else's perception create happiness for me. Welcome to Found a Way, everyone. First episode in 2024. As we, enter the new year, I just want to say I'm wishing many blessings to everybody that's struggling out there mentally. If you're not starting, if you're not getting the right playing time right now, just know that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and we're in this together. As I was walking past High Street today, I noticed like there's a bunch of homeless people. So whenever you feel like you're entitled to something, just know that there's someone that has it way worse than you do. Trust me. So as we, come into the new year, 2024, let's just have some gratitude, some grace. Let's grow spiritually, mentally, physically, and then let's just continue to uplift each other and support each other with whatever we do. But today, what I have on the show is Lloyd Chatman, a longtime friend of mine, Reynoldsburg native, someone that I look up to with the utmost respect. Played at Westminster College. Lloyd, welcome to the show, brother. I'm glad to have you on. It's a long time, man. Long time I didn't see you. And you basically family to me, man. So thank you for joining the show. But I just want to start off by asking you, man, how is life right now? How are you doing spiritually and mentally? How's the family? How's this everything going on for you, brother?
Yeah, I appreciate the introduction, man. That was nice. But start of the year, everybody got goals they want to tackle and things like that. But us getting through the holidays was it's uphill battle.
Right.
But I'm good. I'm in a good space. I'm working, paying bills. I'm balanced. I'm in a good place. But there's room for me to grow. That's a good thing. I don't like being like stagnant.
Right.
I don't like being comfortable.
Yeah,
So
right.
a lot of stuff I got on my list for 2024 is like challenging myself.
Right.
Like reading more. I want to do more stuff that I'm kind of been talking about for years. I want to try that. So just taking a leap and really putting action to it.
Right. And as you look back at your basketball career, what have you learned the most throughout your career, and what was the most surprising part with your career as well? you would say?
I would say the most surprising part is how at peace I was when I was done.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was a freshman in college, sophomore, I used to think like the end is coming. Like I don't know how I'm
Yeah.
accepted. Like
Right,
there was a
right.
time reporting today, like I couldn't go a day without dribbling a basketball.
Right.
Now I don't even think like you know what I mean. Like
Yeah,
so,
yeah, it's weird.
I think that was the thing. Just like being ready to be done with it. That's probably the most thing. And then the best thing I learned is just probably dealing with adversity. Because there's times I could have easily transferred,
Right.
or I could have went somewhere else,
Yeah.
But I mean, it kind of like it's like hand in hand with the world today. Like I can't just up and leave when something don't go my
Right.
way.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the biggest thing, dealing with adversity and just
Yeah.
sticking through stuff.
Yeah. So when those thoughts came up in your head about transferring, what made you stay at Westminster when you was in college?
It kind of got deeper than basketball to me. Like
Yeah.
the connections, the people I knew, the alumni, the faculty, people who was helping me through stuff. So I'm like, if I leave, like, yeah, I want to leave for basketball, but then I got to rebuild all types of connections with people.
Yeah.
When I come back, am I going to still receive that same people and side eye me? So
Right.
it kind of got deeper than basketball. And I'm like, you know what? I can't play basketball forever.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just stick it out and just keep grinding. I wasn't about to just run away from it. Like I knew a lot of people. Some of my best friends went there. Like, you know what?
Yeah.
It ain't worth it.
Did you think that Reynoldsburg prepared you for college, especially being in the OCC like we talked about before we got on here, just being probably in a one of the hardest conferences in the state of Ohio?
Yeah, Reynoldsburg for sure. Like us being in the OCC,
Yeah.
that prepared me for a lot. Cause like we'll be sitting around in college, like after practice, I'm watching like games and stuff, and we'd be like,
Right.
oh, I played against him. I know someone who played against him.
And what's crazy? I'll be chilling with my boys,
Yeah.
and like we be watching the NBA, and I'm like, oh, I guarded him in AU, I
Yeah.
guarded him.
And they'll just be looking at you like, no, you. I'm like, bro, like I really like there's some people that came through there. So
Yeah.
Reynoldsburg definitely helped with me. Like that gained like confidence. So like once I got to college, it's like it ain't nothing I really ain't seen before. AAU comes with it too, but Reynoldsburg, like the teammates I had, the
Yeah.
coaching, just like it helped a lot. I would say
Okay. What would you change if you would have changed anything at Reynoldsburg? What would have changed
about myself or like the
within your game or just on and off the court, just in general?
you know, my dad always told me like that dog mentality. Like you had it. Like I
Yeah,
ain't gonna
yeah.
lie, you had it.
Uh-huh.
I didn't get that till college, so I got it late.
Got you.
So that's one thing. I wish I could change that. Really, just having that mentality because it does different stuff to you in the court. Like you're not looking at your coach every time you do something wrong, or you're
Exactly.
not like you run the play, but you might see a slip screen or something, and
Yeah.
you're scared to do it because you want to make the coach.
Right.
You know, just kind of like that thing, just kind of like a effort mentality, but not like in a disrespectful
Right,
way.
right.
Kind of like I see something, I'm gonna do it. So that kind of.
Did you feel like that when we was getting coached by Scott? Did you feel like you had to look over your shoulder
No.
when you made certain mistakes? Was there any point, your sophomore year when he came to Reynoldsburg, or just where he was like, "Oh damn, I might get taken out the game"? Like,
Nah, I wouldn't really worry about getting taken out the game. It
Yeah.
was just like I was such a player that didn't want to make my coach mad.
Right.
I didn't want to look over here and
Yeah.
see him like, what the. I didn't like doing that. So
'cause
whatever
he
I
did that all the time.
So whatever I did, I was just trying to like make sure that whether it was a shot I took, the assist I made, make sure I'm good with it. And I look over and be like, oh, he good with it too. Boom, let's go.
Right.
I didn't. That's not healthy.
Right.
You shouldn't be looking over at the sideline every time because I don't. To me, that you're not really focused. You worried about
right.
his validation. So, yeah.
Well, and so making that transition from Reynoldsburg to Westminster, did your shot volume go down? Did your role decrease in any way as what you was accustomed to seeing in high school? What was that transition like for you?
Shots definitely went down. I transferred in, so you would know. You like when the semester end, you go from that December, January when I'm in school.
So that's what you did?
I came in that semester, so I started January. So I came into a team that was already.
Oh, so you didn't start in the fall? Oh, so what? So you
I
was just
transferred
scrambling?
I transferred into a team that was already like gelling together,
Okay.
knew each other. I came in just like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
But I figured it out. Everybody was welcoming. Like it wasn't like I'd had to. I don't like this person. It was cool.
Right.
But yeah, shot volume went down. I had to figure out how to find shots within the offense, playing time. I'm working out like to make sure I'm going to school, like I'm staying in shape. But when I get there, basketball shape is different. You can do all the workouts you want at home.
Right.
You got to run up and down, do the work. So getting in shape. I could have sat that year. And like that next year would have been my official freshman year, but I had already sat for like 2 years. I'm like, I'm not about to come here and just sit and watch y'all. I would have stayed at home.
Right.
So I'm like, if it's I start killing in practice with scout team. And there was a point in time they had to put me in.
Yeah.
So I got in, and then after that, start rolling. But yeah, I had to find a role. Shots.
What was your role?
Well, when I was at Reynoldsburg, I really wasn't a point guard.
You wasn't.
I wasn't. I was like
more of a shooting guard.
I was a 2 stuck in a point guard body. So that like I had to learn how to become a point guard like that. Not saying I still wouldn't shoot my shots, but the way I'm seeing the game is a little different. I had to learn that at a late age. So I would say that was the biggest transition from like turning from a 2 guard to like a true point, bringing the ball up, running the offense, and that was different.
That was the same for me. Like, I played the 4.
Yeah.
So when I got to college, it was like, oh, Mark, you gonna like bring up the ball and stuff. So it took me like my freshman year of college was like one of the most stressful years because I had to learn how to be a guard. It was like starting all over. There would be summers during between high school years where I used to practice being a guard because I had to go to AAU. And I was a guard for Ohio Warriors for AAU and stuff, playing along Seth and Matt. So, and then I had to transition back into a bulkier body, getting rebounds, what I'm saying, and like guarding Tate in the post. Like this shit is not, it don't make no sense.
It's difficult.
When the resources, going back to Reynoldsburg for a second, so the resources that Reynoldsburg have now, do you think you would have been not more successful because you already successful in life in general, but you think you would have went to a bigger college if we would have had the resources that Reynoldsburg got now?
Yes and no. Yes, because like the resources, they playing like I ain't gonna say national schedule, but they got some.
Yeah.
They got a well known schedule. They playing a lot of people.
Yeah.
It would have stopped me because I was always worried about, like, if I was eligible, I was good. I wasn't trying to get no 3.0, 3.5, 4.0.
I gotta wait. No, I got a story.
I wasn't trying to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Lloyd.
So, like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna answer your question. So
Yeah.
that was like, yeah, I would have felt like I would have went somewhere else because of the exposure.
Yeah.
But still, that would have kept me where I was at. So, yeah.
I think, you know, Coach Moore that's over there right now, I don't think he would have let certain shit slide because there was a time my junior when you go back to being eligible. This is funny. There was a time you remember we played Lancaster at home your senior year.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking
Ashton,
about.
right?
Yeah.
Ashton come in here like he about to play, right?
Yeah.
It's like, nah, you ain't playing. You got a D.
Yeah.
And I think
I sat the whole first quarter.
yeah,
too.
you sat the whole first quarter.
Yep.
You had a D, I think, right?
I had something.
Yeah, like because Cotto was on our ass about grades that week.
And he used to be on it, but everybody be like, okay, Cotto,
It's
but
the middle of the quarter.
that's when he got serious. Like, no, you sitting in front. I was
know.
like, whoa, he's serious.
No, yeah, he is. Yeah, because he said it all week in practice leading up to that game. Because, you know, Cotto always used to bullshit that. Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, we hear you, but that ain't going to happen. You know, the semester don't end until 3 weeks. Like, we good.
I remember that game. He sat me in the first. That's when Jamil started.
Yeah, Jamil Galladay, he started.
Yep.
But, bro, do you know I had like 2 Fs? I had 2 Fs, bro. Like,
You was in STEM, wasn't you?
No, I was in Encore.
I was
but,
on Encore, okay.
I had 2 Fs and Devon, you know, Devon in the locker room. Because I'm telling Devon, like, bro, I don't think I'm going to play, bro. It's over with for me. I got 2 Fs. So, you know how Coach Davis, he write down the starting lineup, right?
Yeah.
I'm preparing not to play. Like, I'm upstairs. We in the auxiliary gym getting
Yep.
shots up. Because, you know, I don't think Ashton played at all. But you didn't play the first quarter. I'm like, oh, maybe I did. Maybe I set the first half. Because I got
Yeah.
2 Fs. You telling me you got this. You ain't had no Fs. I'm like, well, maybe I'm going to just sit the first half. I saw my name in the starting lineup. And I was like, damn. Like, and he know I got 2 Fs, right?
See?
And Devon goes, or Ashton was like, yeah, Lloyd and Mark still playing. They grades is not good, but I got to sit the whole game. That's some bullshit. And then Devon was like, well, you know, you're not Mark or Lloyd. I got a week,
man.
and the whole team was just quiet.
That's-
I can't believe. I mean, I don't think he was in the locker room when he said that, man. And I was like, see, man, that's crazy. But now when we go back to Coach Moore, I don't think he would have let that shit slide.
Nah, which I hope he not. I
Yeah.
feel like I don't even know what the required one we was playing was 175 you had to have.
I think it's 2-0 now.
I think it should be. I don't. If I was a coach, I don't think I would let nobody play who got under a 2.3 because that's what you need to qualify for college. If it's still that
Yeah.
18
Yeah.
ACT and then a 2.3
Right,
as a
right.
minimum. So if you trying to go to college and you not just hooping just to hoop, you should definitely be doing that.
Well, Coach, he did get on my ass about that. Like when the spring semester came around, it was like, look, like that's when we was going through that teacher strike. So you was in college, at the time.
No, I was there.
Oh, you was there.
But
they so for you to be eligible in the fall, they counted last semester
Yeah.
like the spring quarter. And so Coach Day was just making sure like Coach Day was just planning on the strike. He was like, we might go to this strike and stuff. He was like, Mario, I need you to get this grade up and this grade up. So I know that you good and stuff like that. But when I came into Reynoldsburg, all I heard about was you and Wendell. Like,
Man.
swear, bro. Even though you was young, because you was playing up still.
Yeah.
And people was like, yeah, Lloyd gonna be nice, man. I'm like, because I already knew you was nice. And I was like, so when I get there, Lloyd gonna be the guy. Because you started your sophomore year before you got injured. Like, Lloyd gonna be the guy and Wendell's gonna obviously be the guy. Like, those are the 2 guys I gotta watch closely and try to imitate so I can get on the floor as a freshman.
Yeah.
Right? So throughout high school, when did you know you was that guy? Like you like, oh yeah, I'm nice. Like this shit is too easy.
Bro, it's really nothing to do with varsity. This was so my freshman year, I was going to try out for JV. Remember Coach Tart?
Yeah.
So-
he was supposed to he was trying to get the varsity job,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
So I was a freshman and I was like, I don't need to I'm just gonna go to freshman trials, but I'm like, our class ain't that good. But I'm like, I'm trying to, at least do both, the 3 quarters freshman, 2 quarters JV. So I remember I texted him like, when are y'all like the varsity JV tryouts? He was like, it's such and such, but I don't think you should come. You ain't ready. Killed me, crushed me, bro. So I'm like, you know what? All my peers I didn't play AAU with, they either playing JV or dressing varsity or playing varsity, starting varsity.
Right.
Everybody on my AAU team. So I'm like, it kind of diminished me, bro. So I'm like, I'm gonna play freshman. I'm probably shooting like 30 times a game, bro. But I'm averaging like 35.
Right.
Like halfway through the season, I remember we had a pep rally or someone was about to play Pick Central or Pick North. It was Pick North. You know, them games we do double headers with the girls.
Yeah, right. Oh, those games. Oh my god.
So the JV would play, then the girls varsity.
Right. Them
So
games
we
were
had
crazy.
played on Thursday because you can't play all them games on a Friday.
Right.
So when you had double headers, the freshmen would play Thursday.
Yeah, right. I remember.
Wynn played them Thursday, and then we had a pep rally Friday for the game. I'm walking back from the pep rally. I ain't had no service in the gym. I check my phone. Coach Tart texts me like, "Hey, you ready to play some JV tonight, bro?" I wish I still had that text message to this day. I'm like, I'm running around showing people like, bro, I'm about to play JV. That's when I started doing. It started off with one. You can only play 5 quarters.
Yeah, but you talking about for that game, right, against Pick North?
After that, I had started doing both.
Yeah, because the quarters don't matter because you played the day before. Right?
Yeah, that game, it didn't matter. But
yeah.
that was my first time, so I was coming off the bench. I still played a lot.
Okay.
But after that, it started being
starting JV.
Nah, I couldn't because I would play 4 quarters freshman and then 1 quarter JV. So I would play like either the second or third quarter. But I would come in, light it up, and then boom, I'll be done. But that's probably when I knew I was nice because I'm like, finally, somebody recognized. I knew I was nice, but I couldn't prove it.
Right.
So then that next year, that's when Coach Davis came and he started having open gyms in the summertime.
Yeah.
And we like, that's the new coach. He introduced himself, everything. Everybody, this is like
I was there.
Yeah, this is like a reset. Yes, it was like a reset. It's fresh, everything.
My dad, I was so
Bro,
worried.
I'm like,
talking to Pops like, man, I don't know if he gonna fuck
but
with me
it was
or
a
not.
clean slate. It's like, even if you started last year, he don't know you.
Yeah.
Like, this is a point to prove everything. So every open gym we had, bro, I'm trying to torch all the upperclassmen.
Right.
I'm on the senior court. I'm doing my thing, bro.
Right.
Tryouts come. And remember Romello, Josh McCoy.
Yeah.
Listen, they in front of me. They're the ones who playing JV. And that
Romello was in front of you?
Yeah, because he was older than me.
Oh yeah. He was 2014.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
he was in your class.
They was the ones playing JV.
Yeah, right.
So I'm thinking they gonna go JV. I'm gonna do JV and varsity this year.
Yeah.
That year he handed out letters. Remember he printed out letters to everybody. Gave everybody letters to let you know what team you made.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm about to get a JV letter.
This is sophomore year, right?
Yeah, and I'm okay with it. Like if I open to say JV, I'm like perfect. I can do both.
Right.
But my letter said varsity. I'm like,
you started, bro.
The first thing I thought of, I'm like, hold on, Travis, Tyreek,
you started, bro.
Jalen Givens, Boris, Nate,
they were all nice.
All of them. I'm like, there's no way I'm playing over them. Then what hurt me?
Played over all of them,
bro,
except for.
Me and Travis started.
You and Travis started, and then it was Mike B, Wendell,
and Mike Smith, or
damn.
It was either Mike Smith or who's the 3?
Wendell was the 3, right?
Nah, he played like the 4. I think Mike Bennett was the 5. Wendell was the 4. I can't remember who the 3 was.
It might have been another senior.
Nate, maybe, I don't know.
Nate might have started at the beginning of the year.
I can't remember.
But going to like correlating off to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Me, that's the thing. That's what we can relate to. Me and you, when we both went to high school, it was like we jumped over a lot of upperclassmen.
Yeah.
And I know they was not fucking with me in practice at all. They used to
call
me a bitch.
That's how I felt, bro.
All that stuff.
That's how I felt.
I'm like, little bro me, because my sister was in the same class as Wendell.
Mine too.
They was talking to her in school, talking shit. I'm like, man, this is not what I signed up for.
My sister was 2013 too. I'm like, man, I don't know. I'm not about to say sorry. Like I don't feel bad, but
no, I don't. But it's just damn, you throwing dirt on my name.
Listen, man, I ain't got nothing to do with that, man.
Right.
But it was all love. That at a point, like they was mad, but then I never felt no animosity because all of our practices.
Maybe because I was a freshman.
That's
why.
All of our practice was like clashing, so it never felt like it was nothing like towards me because I was younger. But
my freshman year, those practices were crazy. Bro. Like those practices was probably better for me than college and that's really tough to say. Like those practices, guarding Wendell and all that
Yeah.
shit, they all little bro me. I mean, damn, I'm a
Yeah. We used to
freshman.
play 5-on-5 a lot too. That's what I like.
We used to do, and like I knew I wasn't in shape until that summer camp. We did all them drills, but it was like back to back to back to back. You remember we used to have summer camps every summer, and we used to like do like workouts, one-on-one workouts,
Yeah.
and then do the camps.
It was a point in time where he had us doing 2-a-days, bro. I remember coming up there twice a day.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And I thought I was in shape until I did that.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, oh, I'm not.
He
in
tried. What he did, Coach Davis did one year. He weaved everybody out.
Yeah.
Cause you know when tryouts come, it be people there just going just to BS, just to
We
play
didn't
around.
even try out for real.
Like just to play around, just to say, "Oh, I'm about to try for the team."
Right.
He would make you, like before we do open gyms, he would make everybody go to the track and did a mile.
Oh my god.
You remember that in the
bro.
cold?
Yes.
That right there will tell you who want to play. Because if you
Yeah.
don't, if you just here for shits and giggles, you're
Yeah.
not about to run this mile in the
No.
cold
Right.
and it's timed.
Yeah.
You're not doing that. You be like, oh, never mind, I'm cool. So he would do that to weave everybody else who ain't serious.
Yeah, right.
Then we would go right in there to hoop.
Yeah.
That's what I liked. I'm like, get the people who playing around out of here.
And that's what I liked about Coach Davis too. You know, I'm thankful for, you know, our relationship, but I think the one thing I wish he would have had is more connections, more college connections, and that's what I brought up earlier. I got sick and tired of Pickerington, Newark. They having Big Ten coaches at their open gym, right? We haven't, you know, no disrespect. We have an Ohio Dominican, Otterbein. Do you feel like if we were had those, you know, Big Ten coaches or Division I coaches, do you think you would have got some interest your way? Not, I mean, you're because obviously, you know, like you said, you're a shooting guard in a point guard's body,
Right.
but you can shoot the shit out of the ball.
I feel like it
Stretch
would
the
have
floor.
it would have pumped my head up. It would have made me think like, oh, I got D1 recruit looking at me. They
Yeah,
coming out
right,
my gym
right,
looking at me.
right.
In reality, they ain't. I mean, they see a couple shots go in and
Yeah.
shake their head, but they ain't. It's like
It's like AAU.
once you get to D1, it's like when they walk in the gym, bro, they looking at 6'6", 6'7". They looking at them.
I know.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like a. You
I
got
went
to
to-
really wow them to be a
I
short
went to a
point
Bob
guard.
Huggins practice. I went down with my AU coach, and I was like, oh man,
Yeah.
this.
It's no joke, bro. Dude, yeah, man.
I'm like, bruh.
That-
Like they shortest person is 6'3".
That's how they recruit. That's
It's like, where
that's
I'ma-
what it is
where
now.
I'ma
There's
play?
no
Yeah.
there's no basketball with short guards no more, bro. Point
it's
and there's
over
no.
with.
I feel like ain't even no positions. They just throw 5 out there.
Yeah, facts.
Ain't no real centers.
Yeah.
Everybody either 6'6" or
right.
taller, and they just hooping.
So after, well, facts. Everybody tall as shit.
Yeah.
Nowadays. I feel short. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy.
Hey,
but
welcome to my world.
that's funny. So everything that you've been through at Runnelsburg and Westminster, how was your mental health throughout your career? And how's your mental health now? What does it mean to you?
After high school, it was low. That's probably the, I ain't gonna say lowest it's been, but it was
Yeah.
real low because I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Right.
I went to Columbus State for a year and a half.
Yeah.
I was on the team, but I was redshirted, so
Right.
I wasn't really playing. I just didn't know where I was. Like, I didn't see it. Like, I was just like stagnant.
Yeah.
I didn't. That was probably the lowest. And then when I got to college, that brought me back.
Right.
So my mental health, gratefully, I'm thankful. It's
Yeah.
never been to a point where I've like had to like take time off or like
Right.
needed to go see somebody and talk
Yeah.
about it. So I've been grateful enough to like not have that.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So do you? I mean, you know, get a little soft hearted now. Do you look at life differently now since Nigel is gone?
Yeah, man.
Like how much has life changed since he's passed? You know, especially a bright soul like that
Yeah.
that can light up a room. I mean, because your brother taught me a lot. Your brother taught me that don't take everything too serious. Because he used to riff me. He used to call me tater tot
Yeah.
in 7th grade. He used to clown me hard. Like I remember. One practice I had on a Nike sock and an Adidas sock. He used to rip the shit out of me, man. But I'm like,
Yeah.
man, why is he picking on me every day?
That's just
And my
him.
pops used to tell me, like, man, he picking on me because he fuck with you, man.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it really expanded my mind to the point where it's like, man, just have fun, man. We all young. Let's just have fun and stuff like that. So he really taught me that, how to have fun.
Yeah.
And I'm very thankful for that, man. I'm very thankful for your brother and the connection and the relationships that that we had, communication that we had. So how has life changed for you since he's passed?
Man, it's changed a lot. Nothing
Yeah.
feels like I would say regular no more. It's
Right.
like a new regular. Like I can never go back to what my life was before that.
Yeah.
I had to figure out a whole new lane, whole new how I'm gonna be a new brother to my sisters, how I'm gonna be a
Right.
new son to my mom and
Right.
dad, how I'm gonna be a new friend to my friends. So everything was just new. But yeah, it's everything changed, man. I feel like I changed as a person. I'm getting back to myself, but
Right. I was going to take.
yeah.
You're never going to get over that. You just learn how to deal with it.
Yeah, but
You
even
know.
dealing with it comes in waves, man.
Oh, yeah.
You think you got it figured out, and then boom, it could be
Yeah.
the slightest little thing. It might be a song to come on. It
Right.
might be
Oh, man.
you see somebody with certain shoes on, or somebody might laugh like it. Like it just you just can't control it sometimes. But I'm learning to deal with it different ways.
Right.
But so
And I think what can we can relate to is we have a big family. You have a big family,
yeah.
and I have a big family. My auntie just passed.
Okay, I'm sorry
You know
to hear
what I'm
that, bro.
saying? Yeah, my auntie just passed before Thanksgiving, and I'm learning how to be a better person. I'm starting to meditate now every day. I try to talk to her every night. You know, I have my my days where I gotta emotionally break down. But I think that having that strong core family to lean on, you know what I'm saying? I think that shows true value. What does your family mean to you when you have such a big family like that? I think that's just a blessing
Yeah,
to have a big family because when you lose, that's the hardest thing to go through is when you lose a sibling.
yeah.
Believe it or not, that's just a known fact. So, what does your family mean to you? And to have like a strong structural family like that, how does that help you throughout your life when you have wonderful parents like you do, wonderful sisters? Now you got nieces and nephews now. So how does that help you on your worst days when dealing with that passing?
They just like that's like the backbone. Like
Yeah.
I feel like any decision I make, I don't run it past them. Like if they don't like it, I don't like it. Like it's
Right.
just they just like everything, man. Like anything I need, it might be whatever I'm dealing with, somebody got to answer for it. Maybe it's something my dad can't answer. Maybe my mom got to answer to it, or I just feel like everybody is just so well rounded. We just like the closest we've ever been.
Right.
Like if somebody don't text back in a group chat, we calling them. What's wrong with you? What's going on? So that's how close we are.
Yeah.
Man, they just I really don't got no words for it, man.
Yeah.
They just
it's definitely tough. And not only Nigel passed away, but Rashay Douglas, he passed away, and we was telling the stories amongst each other before we got on air, and talked about how much of a dog he was. What kind of relationship did you and Rashay have?
it depends. When we hooping, man, we clashing.
Yeah, give it to
But
yeah,
soon as we get done, man, he could turn it off. Like, hey,
Yeah.
man, that was a good move you
Right,
did,
right,
bro.
right.
Teaching me how to do this. When you come here, like, it goes straight to that.
Yeah.
So when I first met him, I'm the type person, if we like this on the court, I don't really want to talk to you after. Like, I ain't all the way there yet.
Right.
So it took me a while to like adjust to him to see like, oh, when he get on the court, he really like locked in. He not worried about nothing else.
Right.
He done. He's back to the regular Shay. So yeah, man, he was one of a kind. That was my dude. That was my dude.
And you know what's funny, man? I don't know if you remember this, man, but we were practicing I think it was on a Saturday morning. This is before the season started, before the first game, and he came in late, very late. Rashay did. And I was a freshman. You was a sophomore. Mike B was still there. Wendell was still
sophomore
there.
year.
We was in the huddle. Smitty, Smitty, he was in there. All we heard was the door open. We talking like, you know what I'm saying? Like he hella late. Like he got to be at least 20 minutes late. We all in the huddle talking about what we gonna do today. Scott in the middle. And do you remember him coming in and it was snow on the ground, so your shoes was wet? Do you remember him coming in and just walking straight on the floor with his wet ass shoes?
I don't remember that, bro. I do
Bro,
not
I'm
remember
telling
that.
you, he came in the gym and he just walked on the court, bro, with his wet ass shoes.
Nah, I don't.
You don't remember that?
Not at all.
Oh my
bro.
God, man! You should have saw Scott's face because he made the whole court wet, and Travis was like, "Bro, why is this nigga?"
And that's
on
when the
court?"
floor was new. So if
Yeah.
Patel was there, man, he'd have been.
Even
pissed.
Travis was talking like, "Bro, what is he doing,
Nah,
bro?"
I don't remember that, man. I don't remember.
But you know
that.
what's crazy? Man, this is why I know Rashay is a real one. He didn't turn around and like walk past the behind the benches. He walked straight through.
That was him,
With
bro.
that's what I'm saying.
He-
But it goes back to him, like his personality. His personality will light a fire underneath you.
Yeah.
And so when I came in as a freshman, he was letting me know like I'm at your neck and I'm going to take your spot.
Yeah, he came.
But I needed that though because I was kind of not arrogant freshman year, but I was kind of like, oh, like I know I'm gonna play. I know I'm at least dress varsity. I came in there with that mentality, and that was the wrong mentality to come in there with. So he kind of helped me a little bit. So
I don't think that's a bad mentality.
yeah,
I don't think so.
me and Wendell clashed a lot because
That's
I'm like,
good though.
I'm like,
Look
Wendell,
what it
pass
did.
the
Look
ball,
what
bro.
it did for y'all, bro. Look what it did for y'all, man.
Pass the
You
ball.
can't- you can't
got
come in
Lloyd
there-
in the corner. I'm in the corner.
You can't come in there just like,
Yeah,
I ain't gonna say bowing down on people, but you can't just come in there like, oh, I'm okay with just.
yeah.
Like I said, I was okay with playing JV. I didn't have that mentality
Yeah.
yet. I was just grateful.
Was you like in high school? Was you like worrying about how many points you was gonna score?
Man, listen.
Hey, I wish I wouldn't have done that. I wish I wouldn't have done that
Listen.
because it like prolonged my development.
Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah.
about that on the way over here. If anybody listening who hoop right now, listen.
Yeah,
I used to think whoever scored the most points in the game or who they the best player on the team.
right.
They don't go into who's getting the important rebounds when it's crunch time,
Right.
who's taking the charge, who's leading the team together when y'all shooting free throws and say, oh, you about to come out in the 2-3, you about to come out in, man, set up the zone, whatever. Like, I felt like that really tore me up.
Is that one of the regrets you have?
Yeah, because that's all I was worried
That's
about.
your biggest regret? My biggest
No,
regret.
that's not my biggest regret.
Okay,
No,
what's
no,
your
no.
biggest regret? My biggest regret personally was me not being a leader at all.
Yep.
Just too, because I'm worried because my class was crazy. So your class was crazy too, but my class was crazy also, and worrying about who getting all the offers. And I'm like, man, I need to score 30 tonight. I need to score 20 on this guy because this guy got this offer.
Yeah.
It took me away from the fact that it was more important to be a leader and to galvanize the team more than just worrying about scoring. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, because if I didn't score, like, say if I didn't have like 10, 11 points at the minimum, I'm like, I ain't have a good game.
Right.
But I could have had 8 assists, 3 steals. We won by 10, 15. But in my mind, I'm like, nah, that ain't. So just scoring points, man, it's so overhyped. Even like the people who like watch you play, and the first thing they'll ask you, how many you have? How many points you have? I think people should stop doing that.
Yeah, I hate that.
You stop. Maybe he's a rebounder.
Right.
Maybe he's a glue guy. Maybe
Right.
he's there to make sure everybody. I feel like everybody who like find out you hoop. Oh, I just had a game yesterday. First, how many points you have? And they'll dictate who you are of how many points you had.
Right.
I don't think that goes into basketball. I don't think that's healthy for basketball.
Yeah, so what was your state of mind in college when it came to that? Not points, but like how could I affect the team to
because I was
win?
coming off the bench, so I'm like,
Yeah.
I know I ain't about to come off the bench to light it up. I'm coming off the bench to stay in the game.
Right.
And
Right.
sometimes me making shots don't mean I'm staying in the game because I can make a shot and then dude blow by me, get a layup.
And that's why I give Scott credit for it. We didn't see eye to eye a lot, but that's why I give him credit for it. There'd be games where he used to yank me out, and it was mostly my junior year. He was a senior. I didn't play the best defense, and I
You preaching to the choir, man.
I remember we played against Newark, and like I remember Jordan Dardis had the ball on the left wing, and I was on the right block coming down, and I didn't step over and help when he drove because I think he drove past somebody, and I think I had like 20 points in 3 quarters, and he sat me the whole 4th quarter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, why the fuck is he sitting me? I got 20 and 3.
Yeah.
I'm like, then like a light bulb came, and I was like, yeah.
But you don't think about that stuff till you get older.
I
You be
know.
like,
I wish that's the
yeah.
difference.
That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
the difference between players who go on advance their career and players who don't. They get it at a
Yeah.
young age.
Yep.
And I feel like what we know now, if we would have done that shit in high school,
Man,
it
I'd be a
would've
way
been
better player. Way better player.
way better
Way
player.
better leader. Way
Yeah.
better everything, bro.
Right. So ending the episode, what are you most thankful for throughout your whole career? What are you most thankful for? Is it the people you met? Is it
Definitely the people I met. That damn basketball done took me around the world. Man.
Right.
I'm grateful for the people I seen, the famous coaches I seen, famous players I seen, people that's in the league now, people's parents that helped out. Everything. That's just I'm most grateful. I've never had like a career-ending injury. Nothing ever took me out to where I'm like, I can't play no more. I'm not gonna play no more.
Right.
I've had surgeries, but I've able to bounce back from 'em. So that's probably number one thing. Like I've never had an injury where it made me question, like, I don't ever want to play again.
Right.
So
right.
that's number one. I just say healthy. I walked off the court healthy, my own terms. I didn't
Yeah.
get carted off. I ain't limp off.
Right.
I was at peace with it. So probably the people I met and just being like, staying like fairly healthy through it.
Right. And last question, and I'll get you off on here. What? Let me think about this, man, because
Take your time, man.
this is, I'm just glad that you're here, Lloyd, man. This is a long overdue, man. Like I
Yeah.
said, you're really my brother. I know we don't talk a lot, but I just wanted to, from man to man, I just want to let you know that I appreciate our relationship. All the times that we bumped heads in high school, when we look back, that shit's funny now.
Yeah.
Like, it's very hilarious that we was, doing that shit. But no, that we cared
Right.
about each other and stuff like that. But if there's an athlete listening right now, or that's going to listen to this episode, which there are, a young athlete coming up through the ranks, what advice would you give them? Knowing that, all the things that you went through, what advice would you tell them so they can have a great and successful career?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Probably to stick with it. Like, I see a lot of people going into the portal
Oh man.
because they don't want to be hungry.
Yeah.
They might like see a freshman coming in that's ranked or something, or they gotta transferred in or something. I don't know. I just feel like people don't want to compete no more. People don't want to compete for spots. They want everything given to them.
Right.
Like, if there's a recruiter that you can recruit and they coming in promising you that you going to start, promising you that you're going to get this much playing time and an office going to be ran through you, you probably shouldn't go to that school because you're not the only person you told that to.
Right.
You want somebody that's going to tell you, like, listen, you're going to have to work. So going in there, because you don't want to go into a school and they do the complete opposite. Now you stuck there like, oh, I thought I was supposed to be starting. They told me, they came to sit on my couch and told me,
Right.
no, they tell that to everybody.
And I think people go to the school because of the name.
Yeah,
And
that's
not where they best suited at.
Yeah,
like
they'll go to
these
any
Power Fives. You see the North Carolina offer. You're like, oh, I'm going to North Carolina.
Another thing,
you should have went to a Northwestern or a Purdue.
I see
because you would have played.
Yeah, a lot of kids that go to like a low D1 and they got like a top ranked D2 school that want them, but they want to go there just to say, oh, I'm D1.
Can you please tell the audience that
I'm D1.
Can you please tell the audience that these high D2 schools is like equivalent to a low D1?
Yeah, absolutely. If not better.
Like, because Wendell could have played D1.
If not better. It's basketball is, you see March Madness, bro. You got teams that's like low D1 beating a Power 5 school. It's basketball is anybody can win. It's about tactics. It's about schemes. It's about different things. It's not like football. If you got an overpowering football team, they're gonna beat. But basketball, that's the beauty of it. Like, you can go anywhere, and you can send 5 D3 kids out against 5 D1 kids. Score might not be what you think it's gonna be, or they could win. Like, it's just different. Basketball is different.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I think.
Okay, yeah, that's great advice. But thank you for getting on the podcast, brother. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Big up to your folks, your family.
Absolutely.
Tell them I love them and stuff like that.
Also wanted to apologize to you, bro.
What? What's what?
I was never that like big brother
Yeah.
like figure that I was supposed to be, bro. Like, when you came in,
Yeah.
I was like arrogant. It was like I didn't really like take you under my wing. I didn't really
Right.
like, it was more jealousy. I'm like, who is this dude? He under me, he get more playing time than me. It wasn't like I brought you like, oh, let's do this together. Let's do this. It was more like we clashed in practice, like you said.
Yeah.
I really wasn't that big like Wendell did to me. Or like maybe like Travis did to me.
Right.
I didn't do that to you. I didn't do that to Jamil, Reese. I didn't do that because I was just so stuck into myself.
I didn't do the same.
I was so
thing
stuck
either.
into
That's
myself.
my biggest
man.
regret.
So I wanted to apologize to you for that,
Oh,
bro.
good, man. That's my biggest regret with my career. It's not nothing with college. Just high school, man. Just not, like you said, not being that big brother to Reese. Not, showing the younger guys what it takes.
Yep.
I'm kind of a lead by example kind of guy.
Yeah, me too.
And I felt like that was enough.
Me too.
But like, no, you got to be vocal. Like,
My dad always said, be verbal.
you got to be verbal, man, with this shit, man. Because like, leading by example is great because you can back up what you're saying. But it's just like, bro, you got to really like, to pull everybody in, you got to be verbal,
Right.
right? And I wish I would have done that. So,
Yeah.
but I love you, man. It's all good.
Love you
brother.
too, bro.
Thanks for getting on. I appreciate you, dog.
Of course.
Found a way, baby. We out.
It's still on?
Yeah.
Shout out Big Lloyd's Barbershop, Nene Moo Moo, Mom and Dad, love y'all. Austin Slop, my Westminster family, J Juice, everybody, man. Wilsons, I love y'all. I love everybody.
And that's that.
If I forgot you, I love you.
We out, man.